Welcome in to Monday Morning Motivation. My name is Joshua Sarge. We are talking about growing, developing, being 1% better every single day, moving yourself forward internally, moving yourself forward externally. That's the name of the game. That's how you win. That's how you execute. That's how you get better results in life. The unfortunate thing is that most of us are taught once we graduate high school, once we graduate college, that we are done. We're finished. Now it's just about, going out there and making money. And the truth is that many times, if you don't focus on growing, you're not going to make the money, you're not going to have the income, you're not going to have the relationships, you're not going to have anything that you truly want in life, out of life, and that's when many people start getting frustrated about their lives. So we want to talk about how we can be 1% better every single day. Now, how many of you have heard about, obviously the penny doubled every day for a month versus just taking $1 million up front? I think we've all heard that, but it is true that when you truly do focus on being 1% better, welcome in on TikTok as well. If you have questions about anything, how you can be 1% better every day, relationally, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, in your career, in your profession, in your business, whatever it is, we're breaking it down. We're actually coming at you live today from the Dominican Republic as well. We've been basically traveling in the Caribbean for the past 2.5 months because we've built things for ourselves financially. We run coaching businesses. We help people build coaching businesses. We have a marketing firm as well, where we can live and work from anywhere. So if you want to learn how to do that, obviously reach out. But if you want to just build a life that you're excited to live, I mean, it's Monday. Mondays for most people are the worst days of the week. That's why we always look forward to Friday. You're living Friday to Friday, paycheck to paycheck, basically working hard so that you can live on the weekends. If that's what you want, fine. I'm not against jobs personally. I think many people need to have a job. They need to be working for someone else. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you don't have a vision for being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, many times it's glorified today. So I get it. Everyone wants to start a business. Everyone wants to be a millionaire, billionaire. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just saying if Monday's the worst day of your week, if you hate getting ready for work and all that, maybe you need to shift some things, maybe find a different career or profession. So we're talking about being 1% better every single day. Thanks for the likes, guys. Good morning. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from. We want to be able to connect and build relationships and help you win. Like I said, in mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and spirit. I don't believe success in life is about one area of life, just going out and making a ton of money and sacrificing all the relationships in your life. I don't believe that. I believe it's about winning holistically in mind, body, and spirit. Power, passion, purpose, and production. That's what I focus on. Anyone that I work with, anyone that I get around, anything that I talk about, those are the 4 pillars of success: power, passion, purpose, and production. Power is your physical health. Passion, the relationships that you have. Purpose, why you're on planet Earth. If you're, if you're godly and you're living, you believe in God and you're trying to follow the purpose He has for you, then we can talk about that. If you have questions on that, it's very, very simple. Again, we over glorify that, over romanticize that. And then production is producing the fruit while you're here on earth. Money's not everything, but money controls everything. If you don't control it, it'll control you. Money makes an incredible, incredible servant, but a horrible master. And most people are absolutely controlled by money every single day, bringing it back to Monday. That's why we do these every Monday. We call them Monday Morning Motivation, because most of us need motivation Monday morning. In our culture, we're focused on going and getting that coin, making that money, getting that paycheck. But we sacrifice everything good to have it. So if you're not walking in purpose when you're going to and from work, if you're not living the life you truly want to live, I don't care how old you are, you're young enough to make a change. You're young enough to make a shift and do something more, do something better, more impactful with your life. 1% better every single day. That's what we want. 1% better every single day. Controlling what you can control, not worrying about other things, but just simply focusing on what you can control in your day. That's how we move forward. That's how we get 1% better. But if you are going through the motions and you really feel Mondays are tough, Obviously, if you're living for the weekend, and no judgment. I feel like almost all of us have been there. But if you're drinking, partying, kind of doing nothing on the weekends, and that's what you call living, you are definitely doing life, unfortunately, wrong. Everything in its time and place. I get it. But you're doing life wrong. Because, you guys, can you hear or no? Let me do this. Let me take this off. Oh, how about now? How about now? Let me know. Can you hear now? I think the mic cut out. Cool. Anyway, if you are, let's kind of tackle this. And if you are watching and you're at the place in your life where you're like, okay, I'm in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever it may be. I feel like I'm in a rut. I feel like I need some breakthrough. I need some new perspective, a shift, something in my life. If that's you, let me know because we can talk about that. But finding purpose in your life. If you are a follower of Christ, then the purpose in your life is really, really simple. It's to influence for the kingdom and to enjoy based on the gifts you have. Period. But what are the gifts you have? What are the things you enjoy doing? What are the passions that actually accomplish the influence, the impact? Life is not meant to be lived for us. That's why this counterintuitive culture that we have today, which is purely just about emotion and being happy, it's not impactful. And when people say on the flip side of the coin, money doesn't make you happy, that's also a lie. Money does make you happy. That's why if you gave someone $10,000, they'd smile. However, money does not equal fulfillment. So if you're doing all the things in your life just to make money and you don't have anything that is actually going to give you fulfillment and drive and purpose in life, that's why you feel empty. So what can we do to be 1% better? We don't need to romanticize it. We don't need to overly romanticize it, or we don't need to overthink it. It is really, really simple. Winning is a habit, and so is losing. So if we want to be 1% better and go one step further every single day than we were the day before, why don't we just look at the results we have in life and start reverse engineering it based on where we want to be? Because here's the thing. If you have yet to define what more successful is or what better is, then it's kind of like playing darts in the dark. You don't even know what the dartboard is. You don't even know what you're aiming at. And that's very frustrating in life. That's very difficult to succeed in life. Those who are successful, whether it's business or fitness or anything, like they know what they're focused on. They know what they should be doing day in and day out. So if you want better results in life, if you want to move yourself forward in life, if you want to have a stronger marriage in life, be in better shape in life, then first become aware. We talk about the high performance protocol or high performance pathway. And I'm going to actually share my screen on here so that you guys can see it. All right, high performance pathway. It starts with, obviously, most people are just average in general, kind of going nowhere, doing nothing, no plan of attack. It moves on to the awakening, right? That's the awareness step. And you want to be 1% better, this is where it starts. First, knowing that you're not where you want to be. Most people won't admit it. They'll blame everyone else in their life, right? And that's, I mean, you can say 90% of people, it's a sense of entitlement, feelings of inadequacy, victim mentality. If you're dealing with that in your life, then we need a mindset shift. If you feel inadequate, you need to go back to your identity and who you were created to be. Thanks for the follow as well. If you have a sense of entitlement, I mean, it's kind of hard because most of us are not aware when we do, right? If you're blaming with that victim mentality, if you're blaming everyone else for why you are where you are, um, no one can help you. And I talk about this. Um, Dallas, nice. I used to live in Dallas. I used to live in, let's see, Louisville for a little bit, Rockwall for a little bit. Love DFW. But if you are living in the place where, hey, you're not where you want to be, but you continue blaming, for example, the people that raised you, I get it, right? If you say like, well, my parents, they did this, and therefore I am this way. I get it. I'm not saying it's easy because there's a lot of things. I mean, uh, things like abuse and whatnot, and most of the time that literally comes from the people closest to us. So if you were raised by people that messed up, or people that shoot, or more than messed up, parents, grandparents, other relatives, whoever else, you went through stuff, and that's why you are where you are. Hey, maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. But here's the thing. Um, Success has no sympathy for the validity of your excuse. So if you're dealing with stuff in your life and you're saying like, hey, maybe in your relationships, you're treating your spouse, or there's things going on in your relationship that when you start reflecting back, like, oh man, like my parents went through the same thing. Their parents went through the same thing. Um, you gotta at some point put your foot down. That's the awakening step. That's the awakening step of the high performance pathway. If you want to be 1% better every single day, it starts with taking ownership. I can be better. I'm not where I need to be. And hey, maybe it's not even my fault, but I'm going to be the one to change it. I'm going to be the one to break the chains. It's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And that's something that you need to take possession of and you need to take ownership of in your own mind. So we go from average, the majority of people in America, like really, let's analyze it. And it's not judgment. It's not judgment. It's just when people get offended, they claim that everyone's judging them. I'm not judging people. I'm not saying that they're bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that when you're unaware, what is the average person like in America? Overweight, out of shape, overfed, and underpaid. And when we think about that, that's not just physical; it's also mental. Too much TV, too much, music that is not benefiting you, not enough reading, not enough thinking, too much frustration, too much bitterness, too much obligation, and that leads to a very unfulfilled, frustrating existence. So if you're like, hey, it's Monday, I'm not going in the right direction. My relationship, if you're dating, or my marriage is not on track. My finances are not on track. My health, my fitness is not on track. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to cry and complain? This is what it is. Blame everyone else? Or are you going to say like, hey, you know what? Even if it's not my fault, like for example, I was never taught about finances growing up. And let me know, in the comments, let me know if that was true for you too. So then, really, like you turn. Like, I didn't go right to college or anything. So like 18, 19, get out of high school, and then it's like in the real world, not knowing. Like I didn't even understand credit or how to utilize it, like anything like that. Okay, so even if it wasn't my fault, I had to take ownership of it to start fixing things. And you can say same thing about fitness, like, well, I didn't play sports, and my parents were out of shape, and they got me hooked on soda young, and we never ate healthy. Like, okay, but at some point you're an adult and you have to take ownership. So if you're not where you want to be, the next step is the awareness of like, you know what? I'm not where I need to be, and it's all on me, and I can do better. God doesn't make junk. If one person can do something, if one person can lose 20, 30, 40 pounds, so can you if you need to. If one person can go from broke and busted to getting, personally debt free, to putting money away, like, so can you. If someone can move forward in their career, so can you. But when you go in with the mindset of like, oh man, it's just impossible, I can't do it. Now I understand. I understand. Like being in that rut is difficult. Like we've had seasons in our lives where like in that moment, sometimes you're questioning whether or not you can come out, whether or not you can get through it. Which is why it's important when you go to the next step, awakening, the awakening. That's the awareness step. Like, oh my goodness, like it is time. Okay. The next step then is commitment. But what are you committing to? Well, a lot of us, I mean, we look at the divorce rate and whatnot. Um, my wife and I actually we celebrate our ninth anniversary here in a few days. Um, but the divorce rate is so incredibly high because people don't understand commitment. And I think when we backtrack even further, no judgment, but we don't really understand what dating is supposed to be and the crucial conversations that you should be having before you marry someone. So therefore, it turns into a lot of frustration and bitterness in the marriage and in the relationship that we put our kids first rather than putting our spouse first. We don't honor each other, and then all sorts of bad stuff happens, right? But most of us don't honor or understand commitment. Commitment is not about emotion at all. It's about following through, regardless of the emotion. Like you were excited when you made the decision, but you're not excited anymore. Well, commitment means you follow through anyway. You're unemotional about it. Emotions are great indicators, but horrible dictators. When they control the decisions that you make, you lose. And that's why the whole pursuit of happiness is a losing scenario. So, commitment. I believe success comes down to three things, the three C's, as I call them: a commitment to coaching, a commitment to community, and a commitment to, this is a big one, correction. People don't like that one. I'm an adult. You can't tell me what to do. No one's telling you what to do. The choice is yours, it's your life. However, I would say this, that if you don't have coaching, if you don't have good community, I'm not talking about the bros who are trying to drink every night after work. I'm talking about iron sharpens iron, men and women who will help you improve, who will call you out on the crap. That is good correction. That's what, thanks for the likes, guys. That's what, especially like men. So like I focus on coaching men. In fact, we have a free community on School. You can look it up. It's called My Name is Champion. Um, if you're not a part of it, you should be a part of it. It's community. We have resources. We talk about our champion protocol, which is daily, weekly, monthly habits that will move you forward, which is what I'm going to get to. But commitment to someone who can speak into your life, commitment to people that can surround you and lift you up, and commitment to correction from those people. Knowing and being careful with the people you have in your life, but knowing that if they're speaking life into your life, it's going to help your life. But when we have a spirit of entitlement, when we think everyone's at fault and we think we're perfect, like you're not going to allow people to speak in your life and help you. So you need commitment to a plan. What is the plan? You want to get in better shape? What's the plan? What are you going to do? Just think about it? No, a plan requires action. And that's one thing that I share with people a lot. That commitment without strategy and action doesn't exist. It's not commitment. To truly follow through and experience a better outcome for a specific goal or life in general, you need the three C's as I talked about. Your plan must be proven or you won't advance. So you have to be committing to proven strategy and you have to be willing to execute. If you don't execute, no matter how much you want to lose 20 pounds, no matter how much you want to look like a warrior and be in the best shape of your life and have I'm 38 now. Like in your mid to late 30s, 40s, you start feeling pains and like in your joints and things like that. And it's like when you're in your 20s, like you're not even worried about it. Like, I just want to look good. Okay, if you're in your 30s, you don't feel good, man, no one cares. No one cares what you want. The truth is, you don't even care subconsciously what you want. You will only do what you commit to. You will only get the results if you're committed to getting. And this is like common sense stuff, but most of us are so emotional, it's ridiculous. So, commitment to the plan. What is the strategy? And I believe a holistic approach is needed. Power, passion, purpose, and production. That's why we do have our champion protocol. And the champion protocol includes waking before the sun. Stop being lazy. Now I know that many times if your schedule is all over the place, maybe you work nights and that sort of thing, then it's different. But it's really about being proactive versus reactive. Wake before the sun. Worship word right. If you're a godly man and you want to be growing and developing and moving forward in your relationship with God, worship word right. Start every single day. You wake before the sun, as our ancestors did, to try to get as much done before the heat of the day. Wake before the sun, worship, put worship music on, read the word, and then journal. Write what God is telling you. Write what you are feeling. If you want to get close with Him, that's what you do. Spiritual confessions and declarations every single day. I'm the head, not the tail. Everything I touch turns to gold because of God's favor. The favor of the Lord shines upon me every single day. Right? You need to be speaking this. Again, we have this in the My Name is Champion community. You definitely need to join it. And then we have reading 15 minutes a day. So success books, leadership books, relationship books, business, like whatever you're working to grow in, that's what you focus on. Follow a nutrition plan. We live in a day and age where information is all over the place. So what really has been stopping you? The biggest thing is that most of us can't hold ourselves accountable. That's why they have a position at your job called manager, because we can't hold ourselves accountable. That's most people. And shoot, I started as a personal trainer 20 years ago. And the only reason personal trainers really nowadays exist is accountability. Because you can get all the information, it's just most people are too lazy to look it up. Follow a nutrition plan. I don't care what kind of nutrition plan, follow one. Be disciplined. Discipline's not a bad word. Whether it's paleo or maybe you're doing like a Whole30 and you want to do like a reset, figure out again, like the older you get, like there's more things like processed foods that just destroy you. Maybe it's keto, maybe it's carnivore, maybe like whatever. Just be disciplined. So follow a nutrition plan. Drink half a gallon to a gallon of water a day. Everyone's different. So when people say everyone needs at least a gallon a day, it's really not true. I know that for me, if I'm drinking over a gallon every single day and I have like coaching calls and meetings and things like that, I'm going bathroom like every 15 minutes, it's not conducive. Okay. And then do a daily workout, 45 minutes strength training, 45 minutes of cardiovascular training, write a priorities list, the most important things for that day, or if you're doing it ahead of schedule, the next day. And then no cheat meals or alcohol, and note any breakthroughs or insights. Like if you do that on a daily basis, you say, I want to get 1% better, I want to be better, I want to get in better shape, then get off your butt and start implementing habits that will get better results. Success is not that difficult. It's literally just about implementing habits that guarantee better results. So what are the habits that are going to get you better results? You tell me. I don't know what the outcome is that you want. You can put it in the chat if you want. No shame. People are so afraid of what other people think. Most people aren't thinking at all. Like if someone can't set any goals for themselves, they're wandering aimlessly. So who cares what they think? They're literally going nowhere. It's not forward. And then weekly habits that we focus on, like taking a progress pic, date night with your spouse every single week, and then attending like a church community, being a part of community, because we were created for community. Welcome, guys. Monthly habits, meet with a mentoring coach. And then I also believe if you have children, you should take each child out one at a time each month for a date, right? Just you and them. Investing into that relationship, because the older that they get, they're being influenced more and more by people that aren't you. And most of the time that's scary. Schools today are crazy. And I mean, even as your kids build friendships with other kids, You can't control what those other kids are doing all the time and what they're thinking, what they're saying. You want to be the influencer, especially if you're focused on moving forward morals, values, ethics, character, integrity, living life righteously the right way. Okay. So if you need help, if you want to join community, join the free group for men that we have. My name is Champion. Again, it is free. We even do a free onboarding call with it, just to offer some sort of strategy perspective. If you're like, hey man, I'm struggling in my relationship, I'm struggling in my marriage, I'm struggling with my finances, like now here's the thing: the basics are pretty basic. If you're like, man, I can't pay my bills, like okay, like there are certain circumstances that it becomes very difficult. I get it. Maybe someone gets sick or something happens. But if it's just normal life and you're like, I can't pay my bill, like go get a job, go do whatever, go live below your means. Like for most people, 90+% of people, it's pretty basic. There are extenuating circumstances sometimes, like I said, like, hey man, like I was in the hospital or my spouse got sick or my kid got sick, it wiped us out, blah, blah, like that sort of thing. Okay. Like then obviously there are different situations, or you look at things that are happening like North Carolina right now. Okay, that's crazy. But if you're at the point where like you're all talk and you won't execute anything, you won't do anything, just go pay your bills, like you gotta focus on that. No one can help you if you won't get off your butt. But our community is for people that are the A players. They're hungry, they're ready, and they want to do whatever it takes to move forward internally and externally. That's how you become 1% better every single day. Who cares about the noise? Who cares what other people are doing? You focus on you. You move yourself forward, you move your family forward, you get better results in life. That's how you win. So we focus on establishing better habits to yield better fruit. It's not that complicated. But people just overthink this stuff all the time. Like, I don't know how to do it. Success in life is not built on talent. It's not built on special gifts. Now, your specific purpose and what you're supposed to be doing, the specific game plan for you will be different. The mission that you're currently on, the assignment that you're currently on, I mean, yeah, it's going to be different than the person right next to you. And that's fine. But overall, we're all the same. No one's going to get the results out of life in the end that they don't deserve. You put in the work, you move yourself forward. I just believe you shouldn't be focused on only one area. People talk about balance and whatnot. No, I don't think like it's about balance either. I think it's about selling out. But you need to understand what's important to you and sell out to all of it. Period. What's up, brother? Good morning. Thank you, sir. You can win. You can have it all. It just needs to be rooted in truth and righteousness based on the purpose that God has for you. So let's see, it's 9:35 Central Time. We're actually Eastern Time, and my computer is still Central. Um, it's time. It's time to execute. Mondays won't get better unless you make them better. It's up to you. No one's coming to save you. It's up to you. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. We all make mistakes, so stop judging yourself based on the mistakes you've made. The past does not determine the future. Your effort today does. Period. So if you guys are looking to grow, TikTok, give me a follow. I post stuff all about mindset perspective, how you can do that, and then join us every single Monday. Monday morning motivation. I've been doing them at 10 Eastern right now, but sometimes we shift it really, really early so that people can hop on before work. But you got one life, YOLO. Stop pursuing happiness. Like this is going to make people upset. Stop pursuing happiness and start pursuing purpose and fulfillment. It lasts longer. Absolutely, brother. You guys be blessed, and we'll do this again next week.